Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh, and we're drinking some mighty old bourbon today. Let's get into it. We have Calumet's newest release.
Yes.
Did not think we were going to be tasting this, but shout out to our friend Justin Williams right off screen. He's going to be drinking these with us. This thing right here, oh my goodness. This is a big old box.
This is his bottle. This is why he's here.
Right. Calumet Farms.
That's why Josh mentioned him.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 100-year anniversary. Look at it. Let's open the kimono.
I feel like you can't see the beautiful crystal cut glass.
I mean, we're gonna do the whole thing.
Oh.
So we're also gonna compare this to a pour that you can see next to it.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about all this here. So let's see what they say about Calumet 100 Market Centennial Reserve, 18-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon, hand-selected from our most prized barrels, represents the pinnacle of craftsmanship. We'll find out. Carefully selected from jargon, marketing hype, whatever.
Are they using a bunch of adjectives? Extremely versatile.
Yeah, we're good. It's a nice box. That's what we know.
Unanimously voted.
Yeah, it's a bunch
barrels.
of stuff. There's cursive on here. I'm not going to bother to read that right now. That's just way too much. There's some Kentucky Derby winners.
A little metal label?
It feels that way, but it's probably not. This is 18-year-old Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey. That's what we know. This is 118 proof,
cool,
non-chill filtered, and it is a gorgeous bottle. I mean, look at this thing. Like, if I can get it to focus. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. Incredibly good presentation. And because of our friends Dan and Sean over at the Bourbon Junkies saying how much they like this, typically I don't watch reviews of things that we're going to review, but I didn't know we were going to review this, and I did watch their review of this. They said it reminded them of the George T. Stagg profile. So we are going to compare it, this 118 proof Calumet 18 year, we are going to compare it to George T. Stagg 2019, which is 116.9 proof 15 year.
Okay.
So,
and this glass
the stemmed Glen.
The stemmed Glen is the Calumet. And the crystal cut Glen is the Stagg.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So
what are we drinking first?
On your left, our right, let's get into the Calumet.
We're starting backwards from what we normally do.
Your glasses. Sorry, I was going for symmetry. You can switch them.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. As I repeat, on your left, our right is Calumet. So let's get into it. Oh, wow.
All right, wait.
Are we doing first impressions? All right.
I think we should.
First impressions. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not every day you get to taste a $500 18-year-old Kentucky bourbon. It smells sweet and fruity.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it tastes old. Like old books.
Wow. Okay.
Like, this is so... No one's going to connect with this, but I'm watching the very final season of You, the show You, and the guy in the show owns a bookstore.
Still? I watched the first 2 seasons. He still has a bookstore?
That's a running thing. He now owns the bookstore. He worked at the bookstore in the first season. He now owns the bookstore. This tastes like I feel like that bookstore would smell.
Okay.
In a good way.
If there was a bowl of fruit on lots of fruit in bowls on tables in various places in the bookstore, right?
I don't know.
Are you not getting the fruitiness?
I'm getting a sweetness, but I can't tell if it's a fruit sweetness or just a vanilla caramel situation.
The answer is yes. To all those things.
Okay.
Definitely there is aged vanilla and a fruity sweetness. On the nose, I definitely, shout out to Dan and Sean over at the Bourbon Junkies, on the nose, I definitely see the correlation to George T. Stagg.
Oh, do you?
If I was blind...
I'm going to see.
If I was blind, I would say this smells very George T. Stagg-ish on the nose. I'm getting red berries.
Oh.
Hang on. I'm getting red berries. I'm getting that compote-y type of rich fruitiness. I'm getting the oak. I'm getting the leather, all those things. Mm-hmm. However, on the palate, on first sip at least, I had a different experience. What are you getting right now doing a comparison?
On the comparison on the nose, I am getting I would guess that they might be the same. However, the Calumet smells a little older. Like, I'm getting more kind of leather and wood on the Calumet on the nose. I haven't tasted the Stagg yet, so I don't know how it compares on the palate. But on the nose alone, I'm getting similar vibes, similar smelling notes, except the Calumet has a little more wood and wood and like dustiness.
Yeah, I would agree with all that, and I would say the Calumet smells more fragrant. It's jumping out of the glass more. It's a little bit more stronger on the nose than the George T. Stagg from 2019.
Maybe, but ever so slightly. Like, honestly, that'd be like really hard to tell, I think.
Interesting. Okay, it's quite pronounced to me.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's get Calumet back on the palate after that intro sip.
Oh, I've had a couple sips.
Oh, have you? I have not.
It's really weird because the second or third time I've tried this now, going back to sipping it, I was getting dryer sheets on the nose. Which is always weird when I get that. I get that sometimes, but it's always it's always weird to me when I get that. I'm like, why am I getting dryer sheets?
It's so interesting how you get some of the most non-traditional whiskey tasting notes, but
so
like household cleaner notes, and you're not the one that cleans the house.
I clean the house some.
You do, but like not like you don't do dryer sheets because you don't use them.
I
use those cursed dryer balls.
No, stop. I have started to do dryer sheets.
Team dryer sheets over dryer balls all day long.
Also, real quick, he also doesn't clean the house. We have someone come clean our home for us because that was
part of the purchase price.
That was part of our home purchasing situation when I was like, I don't want to buy a house until we can afford to have someone come clean it.
You just lower the house budget so you can afford a cleaner.
Well, correct. I just want you to know that he's also not cleaning the house on the regular basis. But if anyone is cleaning it in between when our house cleaner comes, it is me and not him.
Speaking of dryer sheets, let's just put all our dirty laundry out there.
Just telling you. I don't think you've changed a pair of bed sheets in 7 years. A pair. There's not a pair. You've not changed bed sheets in 7 years.
To be fair, it's a pair. You got the bottom sheet, the top sheet.
And then you also have the pair of pillowcases. Yeah. So.
I'll work.
Cheers to that.
All right. So this Calumet on the palate is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
It definitely hits with the oak and the leather and the old bookstore, all that stuff on the mid to back palate.
Yeah.
But the front palate isn't. Like, it's a little hollow to me on the front of the palate. Are you getting that?
That's very deep. Hold.
It just feels too soft for what it is on the front of the palate. It definitely ramps up during the sip, but it comes to a little soft on the front end to me.
Okay. Since you said that, I can absolutely see it, but I didn't pick up on it.
Okay.
I'm just not as astute as you are with whiskey tasting.
First time.
First
time in 40, how old am I? 42, 41, 43? How old am I?
You're 40. You're about to be 42.
Okay.
You'll be 42 in a couple weeks.
When you see this, I have turned 42.
Yeah.
The very first time in my life I've ever been called astute.
Oh, well, I will call you that more because I feel like that. I think that about you sometimes.
I feel like I should be offended.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way.
Okay. What's it mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I know in context, but I can't give you the dictionary definition.
All right. By all accounts, this Calumet 18 is probably Barton, although it definitely does taste more towards the Buffalo Trace side of the equation.
I don't know what any of that means.
This would be more like banana cherry. This is a little bit more like strawberry grape for the George C. Stagg. Let's try the George C. Stagg and see how it compares.
Well, now that you put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
I love the smell of this.
Now I get strawberry grape.
The Nerds.
I do love a good mixed pack of strawberry grape Nerds.
It smells like strawberry grape Nerds that have just gotten a little funky, a little
Whenever
dirty.
anyone sends us samples of whiskey and they put candy in there,
Aaron eats that.
I hope they send Nerds or Mike and Ike's. Those are my favorites. And when people send the grape and strawberry Nerds, I eat them so fast. Or gummy bears. Someone said gummy bears, and those are so good.
You're talking, I'm drinking. Oh, this is really interesting.
My, how the turntables are.
This got really interesting.
Oh, this tastes yummy.
Wow.
I'm getting like fruit leather vibes on this.
Yep. Because it's not full saturated fruit roll-up sweetness. Like the fake sugar over the top. It's a little bit more even keel, if not skewing towards like the earthy granola mom. Is that a 2025 PC thing to say?
I don't know, but my mother was
anymore.
like a granola mom. She made her own whole wheat bread, and we bought fruit leathers, and we weren't allowed to have cereal that had like X amount of sugar in it.
Is that why you hate wheat bread and we did bourbons now? Because your mom made you eat wheat bread as a kid?
Well, I don't know about the bourbon specifically, but I do not like wheat bread. She didn't make me eat it. I didn't eat it. I refused to eat it because it made me gag.
Just eating straight up
I don't like wheat bread.
non-breaded sandwiches.
I like white bread.
You were on that keto train way early.
Give me all the like empty carbs. I'm all about it. White rice, white bread.
All right. Going back to the George C. Stagg for a second sip. Everything's there. The cherry, the grape. More cherry than anything to me, but definitely there's a healthy dose of grape in there as well. Leather, oak. Very good. The wild thing is these pours in comparison to each other, to me, feel like a yin and yang situation. The Calumet hits the palate soft on the front, ramps up on the back end. The George C. Stagg pops the palate on the front end and then kind of tapers off on the back end. So where one pour is strong, the other pour is weak, and where one pour is weak, the other pour is strong.
Yeah, but I do see how the junkies said that these are similar. They have similar vibes, like similar notes. I think they smell pretty similar on the nose. They taste fairly similar. It's interesting because they're different. But if I was blinding these, I would think, oh, these are like cousins or like two things from the same distillery and things like that. Like are they from the same distillery? Buffalo Trace? Is this
we don't know where Calumet's from, but George C. Stagg is Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Have you drank the Stagg and then gone back to Calumet? Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts after doing that? Calumet
tasted a little bit brighter.
More effervescent.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more of like a
but
carbonated beverage.
Similar, but brighter and a little more effervescent to your point. Yeah. Ooh, and one of them. Ooh, the finish. I don't know which one, but the finish is getting me.
All right, here's what I want to know. Calumet. Also, I just realized I ran a bunch of words together because I was trying to talk fast. Here's what I want to know. Calumet 18.
Yes.
Do you like it?
I do.
Are you...
I don't know what the price is on either of these.
Based on flavor alone, where are you at?
I'm thumbs up. I like it.
I would be thumbs up on Calumet 18 as well. It is a $500 bottle.
Well, as long as Justin's buying it, I'm thumbs up.
Okay. You got to buy it with your own money.
No.
I'm going thumbs down.
I have to go thumbs down just because
We ain't got it like that.
We ain't got it.
We ain't got it like that.
But it's delicious, and I'm really glad I got to try it.
Oh, it's got the mash bill right here. 74% corn, 18 rye, 8% malted barley. More than likely Barton. Yeah. It's an expensive bottle. It's a special bottle. It's a gorgeous bottle.
I think
it makes a statement.
If you spend the money on it and you're okay with spending that money, you won't be disappointed.
Right.
I do think that.
You have to have $500 hanging around to be able to spend on a crazy bottle of bourbon. And in that case, all right. But if it's going to be a stretch for you and you're going to be disappointed if this is not 100% to your personal preference, I would try it at a bar, trade some samples for it, something like that, which is a great time to mention our Patreon community. I don't know how many people are going to get these bottles. I don't know how many are out there, but if you can try to trade some stuff for a sample of this, that could be something you could try to do over on our Discord once you get to it through our Patreon. Also, that's where we do our barrel picks through Patreon, all that stuff. You can get that down in the video description below or the pinned comment. But back to this, at $500, I just don't have it like that. It's got to be perfect. A whiskey has to be perfect for me to spend $500 on it. This is not that. It is very good. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
However, in this matchup, if I'm being honest, I do prefer the George C. Stagg. It doesn't have the pop that the Calumet has, but it's got a little bit more richness, depth to it.
Okay.
And it's almost like a carbonated...
And you're talking specifically about the 2019 Stagg.
Yeah.
Because the different years taste different.
True. And we did do on a recent live stream, we did do a blind tasting of a bunch of different years of George C. Stagg, and 2019 kind of finished middle of the pack for me. Like 2022, 2023 were both pretty high, and I think 2019 came in kind of after those. So, but
yeah, I do think I agree with you. I probably would pick the Stagg to drink again. However, I keep smelling these because they smell. The more I smell them, the more similar they smell.
Yeah, they smell remarkably similar. It's just the the Calumet comes through on the palate. And,
a little Freudian slip there.
It comes through on the palate with a lot more like that sparkle, I guess, but like in a carbonated beverage way. And when I'm drinking whiskey, we'll see. I mean, maybe this opens up and richens up a little bit more, and some of that sparkle carbonated beverage effect dies down a little bit, which I think this could do that, and then it might be a lot more close.
I don't dislike the sparkle carbonated beverage. It didn't come out actually until we had tasted the Stagg first and then went back to it for me. I didn't get the carbonation until afterwards, so I don't mind it. Yeah. But yeah, I see your point.
I mean, both great whiskeys. Can you find Stagg, George C. Stagg for $150? If you get it in a lottery, maybe. Can you find Calumet for $500? I don't know, but if you find it out on the shelf, you're probably going to get it for retail. If you want a special bottle, you're going to get this for cheaper at $500 than you'll get this at a marked up store. And if you're looking at like $700 for this or $500 for this, I'd probably save the $200 and just get the Calumet personally. So, fun video though.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Be good to each other, y'all. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Wow. They were like different than I expected, but also similar in some ways. Like nose way more similar than I thought.
Yeah.
Palate.
They were very similar.
Way different than I thought.
Also, you said this and this and this and this.
I know.
And
for people not watching.
The whole time I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize to me.
Look, I'm my own worst. Look, it's a personal indictment because so many times I'll just listen to videos instead of watching, and I do know that I need to speak.
But it is a video platform to the point I was making the other day.
Wow, I just almost put an inside joke out there. I almost said, put your balls on us.
Whoa, no.
No, like your eyeballs to Debbie, to your mom.
Yeah, but if they don't know the story, this is.
You want to quickly give the inside joke?
No, we're done.
Your eyeballs.
I'm done recording.
Your eyeballs. Aaron's mom one time, her eyes were itchy, and she goes, "Oh, my balls hurt."
And my mom is my mom is very sweet, very innocent, and it was just funny. Yeah. My teenage sisters were in the house still. This was years ago, and they thought it was funny because she didn't know that what she had said, and it was just cute.
Yeah.
And so
now we'll say if we want either one of us to look at something, well, hey, I need you to put your balls on this. So sometimes when we're saying this and this and that, instead of we need you to put your balls on us.
Because this is a video platform. So if you're not going to watch the video, that's cool. Josh listens to YouTube videos all the time.
All the time.
But also it's not our problem. So we can just say this and that.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Cheers.